Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 2. This is episode 49. In episode 48 we finally had the bugged out mission finally clear off after 20 years, and it was replaced by this mission here, Goods to Stanborough. So after just a little bit of a hiccup where I built an airport near a steel mill for reasons that still are not clear to me, we have gone ahead and got this all set up nicely. So we have a nice iron truck route with two trucks hauling iron to the steel mill. We then have a train taking said steel out here to a factory somewhere over here. There it is. And then an airplane that's taking the goods. This is its first run with goods here, all the way back. And let's get going and get an idea of how much this will be worth. I don't think this will be very profitable, especially on the airplane side, because they just cost way too much compared to the capacity that they carry, but it's okay. It was more for fun than for actual Wow, I've completely lost the word I was going for there. It was more for fun than for optimal play. That's the sense I was trying for. Wow. Me no English goods is. Anyway. So now we'll be popping in here and let's get an idea of what this will be worth. So I really don't think with only 6 crates of goods that this is going to do very well, but we shall see. Granted, it can carry more, I guess, depending on how the train does, because it's got a good full load here going, so. Yeah, definitely not for the first trip, but we'll see how it does afterwards, because we're now going to have a decent amount of goods available, because this train is bringing full loads in. Actually, that's enough. We might even need 2 planes, actually. So let us do that. 2 planes I don't mind. 20's not going to happen. I'm not interested in fireballs. Anyway. Sorry, other plane, first plane coming back. And the full plane here going out with 18. So it should be profitable. This one here, having taken several empty flights and that one nearly empty flight, so we've been paying maintenance on it for a while. So it's going to be a while before it's profitable, but it'll be okay. And in the meantime, looks like both of these are going to be finishing this episode. So we'll see what we get as replacements. So now these are full. And there's not much left there for the plane coming back. But the train is on its way with the next batch of steel, so we should be okay. Depending, of course, on who gets there first. Train's there. I don't know where the plane is. I don't see it. Oh, it's back there. Well, it's going to be a race. Actually, what I should do is I should set these things to full load. And that will make sure that we don't ever have one just miss. I'd hate for a plane to take off right as the train is pulling in and then, you know, basically leave empty. Because it was just a few seconds ahead. In this case, I think we got away with it, but yeah, we did. The train's just leaving. But still, that would be really lousy. Alright, so our first plane is about to drop off its first full load. So let's then get an idea of how we're doing. Okay, yeah, it's going to be fine. because it's now running a small profit even after several empty trips. So every trip it makes now will be profitable, so it's going to be fine. Alright, excellent. Yep, so that mission's officially started. It's going to take a while, but that's okay. The coal mission just completed. It was the one that was at 99. So now we're just waiting for something to replace it, and in the meantime this one will tick ever closer. Yep, it's done as well. So we'll have 2 new missions coming in. Probably at the same time. Busy Bee tends to, as far as I can tell, just run once every X days and then does everything it needs to do at once. So we'll probably end up getting both the missions popping in at pretty much the same time. Would be my guess. There we go. Okay, so we have an iron ore mission, which we have already got set up, so that's a duplicate on our awesome little bridge there. I just want to check on the production levels at our iron mine. They're still okay, so that one's going to be fine. And up here we have a mail mission to Stanborough. Well, which is where we just set up the goods. So now it wants mail as well, and that's not a problem because there's another nice large city right here that we can do that with. So it's only a case of what type of vehicle do I want to use. Do I want another airplane? Probably not. The station will get a bit busy. So I think I'm just going to build a mail train and then plunk a couple of truck bays in and amongst them just to increase coverage. But the actual primary route itself is going to be a train. I'll just find a home for that on that side, and a home for it over here somewhere. That'll do. Drag that across. I think I overshot it again. It's hard to tell though, but yes I did. That's okay, we can fix that. Oh, maybe I didn't. Awesome. Anyway, so we need a depot. That can go, let's say, right here. Good enough. And we want to add in some road truck bays, just for increased coverage. So maybe one right there. Come on. Thank you. And one, say, over here. There. So that'll be plenty of mail available for that side. And on this side, we're going to do something very similar. Let's just Stanborough. And maybe over here, Stanborough. There, so now we have lots of coverage. We're not getting 100% of the city, but we're getting a pretty good pile of it, so that's good enough. We'll be able to blast you, because that's really not a lot of mail, in all reality. So we'll blast through that in no time, because these will haul 30 at a time. And then I'm going to check the replacement, because there may actually be a 35 version. It's just hiding from me here for reasons that still elude me, but anyway. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these set up first. Right, so this will be Stanborough to, what was that city called? Grimston. And mail. Awesome. Right. Your trip shall be there, there, and there. I'm not going to put on full loads because I really don't think I'll need to. And you are green to go, sir. And that actually gives us a new train we can watch. So we'll just plunk that right there. And in the meantime, I'm going to pop in here and see if there is, in fact, a replacement car for it. Oh, look. Yes, there is. I really don't understand that, but anyway. That one's done. Oh, there's a new one for that. The steel, too. Nope, that's the downgrade. That's a downgrade. That's a downgrade. That's a downgrade. Okay, we're done there. Yeah, I really don't know why it sells you the one and then lets you immediately switch to the better one. Why not just either give me choice when I'm buying them, or just give me the better one directly? I really don't know what game it's playing there, but anyway. You saw a cost pop there, so that's when you replace the mail cars with the slightly better ones. It's also kind of weird that not only are they the same price, but they're also the same weight, but they just have more capacity. Not entirely sure how that works, but anyway. You'd think one or the other of them would go up. Anyway, that went completely full, and there's still enough for another whole car there. And over here, that's about a car and a half worth. So at some point I may add a fourth car, but it's not really critical at this point. I think the 105 mail we're delivering per trip will be fine. That's going to finish this mission off in 5. Well, sorry, that'd be 525. So in 6 trips total, this mission will be done. And this is a pretty short trip, so I don't know if it will beat anything else, because there's a few others that are also pretty close, but I don't think this one will be staying on for very long at all. Which is cool. That should definitely be profitable. Yes, it is. Yeah, I might need to add more cars. Okay. On its trip back. I can do it now, I guess. Doesn't really matter what side I do it on, as long as I do it after it's left the station on its own. So I don't interfere with the loading. I'm going to add I think I'll add 2 more mail cars. And once again, it's going to make me add the weaker versions first, and then the next time it goes to depot, it'll update them. Very bizarre, but anyway, it's fine. It's strange, but it's fine. Right, let that get going here. It will obviously be nowhere near full, because this side doesn't have enough to fill it completely, even before I added those extra cars, so it's really just for this side that I added those extra cars. First we'll pop in here, we'll see a bit of an expense as it upgrades them. Yeah, that's bizarre, but anyway. Oh, it actually did have enough to squeeze into the next ones. I guess that side did have a bit extra. Excellent. More importantly, going on this side, you'll start seeing vast amounts melting away. That would be, what, 175 per trip, so that's not bad. It's still clearly nowhere near enough. Wow. Anyway, I don't want to add too many more cars, just because even though it is a short trip, it's just going to take longer and longer to accelerate. Oh, excuse me. And that'll just make the trips even slower, which in turn means they'll have more stuff waiting. Like as it is now, this train does not get up to full speed before it gets to the end of its run. Or if it does, it gets it basically right as it hits that corner. So it's, pretty useless in terms of, running. But and if I add more cars, it will definitely not get up to full speed. So anyway. On the upside, though, that means it should be making a ton of money, which it is, which is nice. Can't be too upset about that. Let's roll along here. Yeah, so it's barely getting to speed. Barely, barely, barely. Okay, so this dock has finally got enough boats to keep up with it. I should go check on that other one on the bottom of the map. I'll do that. Let's do that in a little bit, because it should have had time to stabilize based on the number of boats it has by now. It takes a couple of runs each way, so I like to give them a few months at least, if not a couple of years, to stabilize before I start worrying about whether I have enough vehicles on it or not. Alright, so that mission's done. So we'll go check on that other one down here. Where did it go? That was less zoomed in, easier to see. There it is. Because this has had time to stabilize now, so I've got boats waiting here at all times, so this side's definitely okay. This side still needs more. That is craziness. Or maybe it's really just a case that I shouldn't full load the Deepbrook side. Maybe that's the real solution. That might help a fair bit. If nothing else, that means these boats will run more often, and thus will help clear up the other side, the Venus side. So again, we'll need to give them some time to get stabilized in their route changes, which is fine because we're waiting on a new mission to pop in anyway, so that gives them time to deal with that. How's our plane doing here? It's doing okay. It's certainly not making a ton of money like the trains are, but it's doing alright. And the only reason I even put a plane in the first place, other than for fun, was because I didn't want to have to drag a railroad all the way over there. But of course, it didn't matter anyway because the planes we have can't carry steel. So I had to build a train anyway. Oh well, that's okay. If I'd been thinking more logically about it, I would have just built, a train in the first place, and then a separate train back. But that's okay. The planes will do the job. They'll just do it at a much lower profit margin. So that's fine. Anyway, our new mission has come in, and it should look awfully familiar since we're already doing it, since that's what we just did. So it's replaced the exact same mission, only with a larger capacity, but we'll still buzz through it pretty quick. Every single one of these trips is going to be 4 or 5%. Yeah, 4%. So it still isn't going to take all that long to complete, but that's okay. This livestock mission, though, should be getting awfully close to being done, assuming we still have decent livestock production there, which we do. So, because this only needs about, what, 30, 35 more livestock to be done? That's not bad. Between episodes, I'm going to pop through and check all of the vehicle types again, just to make sure there haven't been any new vehicles there wasn't a pop-up for, because that does happen quite often, sadly. And if there's anything particularly interesting, I'll make sure to mention it at the beginning of the next episode. If they're just minor upgrades, I'll just put them through and don't worry about it. If there's any fantastic jumps in vehicle technology, then I'll definitely show you guys. These trucks hold what? Oh, 25 at a time, so yeah, this should not take long at all. Maybe 3 vehicles worth? Should do it, I think. Although I don't think we're going to get that done this episode because we're really, really close to the time. So, yeah, we're at the 20-minute mark, so I should call it here. So, all right, at this point, I'm going to put a cut in. So until next time, everyone, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.